Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you back to the Prague Metropolitans in the now European Baseball League. Thank you all to your comments on the first video. It's always greatly appreciated. And we're going to be going up a division, and we're going to see how we fare in the European Baseball League. I want to share a couple of quick thoughts on some of the wonderful and talented folks that offered a lot of interesting comments. I know there is a certain amount of... This is not quite the way I planned this league. We literally have all-stars at every position at this point. I mean, our very worst player is a 60 out of 60, which is pretty bonkers if you think about it. That being said, though, at least for now, we're going to stick with this. We're going to stick with this league and see how it works out. Of course, as time progresses, if it feels like it's getting really, really boring or something like that, then we can have a chat and see if there's a better way to make things more interesting going forward. But at least for now, we're going to keep going with what we've got. I do want to quickly set this to injured list. I was find it helpful to be able to see all my injuries. So I won't formally upgrade until November the 11th. Is anybody up for arbitration? Oh, literally everybody is. Okay, so our megastar operation might not be... Oh, these are just like a bunch of chumps. There's nobody here that I really care about keeping. There's no reason not to give him a qualifying offer, to be honest with you. Do I have money? I have very little money, but I still think it's worth it to get a draft pick. So let us discuss, first of all, how the season actually went, because we didn't do that at the end of the last episode. If you had Garrick Faber as the best player on the Metropolitans, I don't know what to tell you because I certainly didn't anticipate that. Now, he was the ultimate on-base machine, and we definitely need players like that if we're going to be successful. I don't know that he is actually, properly speaking, a center fielder. But he was at least... No, actually wasn't a very good center fielder, so maybe we need to move him at some point. Our real superstar, Gavin Miller, had a fantastic season as well. And he was actually pretty decent at second base. Not elite, but pretty decent. We had the old man of the group, Grigory Galagayev, who was a home run masher extraordinaire. Juan Alvarez, who will be leaving us, unfortunately. Creenan O'Reilly, who was, if not quite the offensive force as some of the other players, was hopefully quite a good shortstop. And it looks like he was very good. Even our bench guys had great seasons. There's really not a downside to be had among these folks. We are going to be losing Juan Alvarez, though. I find it highly unlikely he takes the 1-year offer. He's going to want to make bank. And that's not something that I can currently give him. So we'll see what happens with him. Pitching-wise now. I think Antoine Moulin has a pretty fair chance of winning Rookie of the... Cy Young, because he won the pitching triple crown of wins, innings, and strikeouts. And ERA. So yeah, real good pitcher he was. Real good. But again, we had virtually no negative contributors. All of our aces were pitchers were fantastic in a lot of ways, and we were really incredibly fortunate. I have no delusions, though. I have no earthly expectation of this happening again next season. We're going to be going up to a tough league with tougher competition. And in addition, we're probably going to see some changes among how our teams work out. So without any further ado, let's sim forward a bit. Oh, how are my coaches? Coaches look fine. I'll just say an American, and I was, oh, it's me. I guess that's fair. We got some Silver Sluggers, we got a Cy Young, and a Gold Glove. Oh, it doesn't show up because, right, because we're not in that league anymore. But we can look here. So our catcher, shortstop, left fielder, and right fielder all won Gold Gloves. Some platinum sticks for virtually the entire team. We did not have the best shortstop, left fielder, or right fielder. Somehow Bill Cuellar won Rookie of the Year. I'm not sure how over Mulan, but okay. Our manager got Manager of the Year though, and a unanimous Cy Young award. Sorry. I'll probably need to come up with a fancy name for some of these awards a bit later on once we've had a bit more history. Third place in MVP voting is pretty good. I feel like that's a reasonably good thing. And we have officially been promoted. And so now we switch to the proper European Baseball League. And here we go. We still look pretty damn good, though. Oh, let me change our ratings here. We actually look better, which is really funny. But okay. Sure. But we're still way. We have a sliver of money left. We have one sliver. So that's the one thing that I think is going to make this a very interesting series, because even though right now we look incredible, the truth of the matter is I can't afford to keep everyone. And so it's going to be how this team breaks down that's going to be as interesting as how we built it up in the first place. So with that being said, let us go through free agency filings. As predicted, he declined the qualifying offer. I'm not that surprised by that. We've got some Latin Americans wanting to come hang out with us. That's kind of neat. And I'm going to tell you how many free agents. Oh, we have a little bit of money. And we have some money for extensions, too. Okay. I don't think I'm going to bring back either of these guys. Galagaev because he's so old, and Vani because he's not that good. And everybody here is just do the league minimum, except for Bokai, who's not very good either. So the good news is, we can spend money if we want to, but we're not required to. We might want to start thinking about some long-term contracts, though, just to get us some cost certainty. So to that end, who's our most important player? Viora's up there, my friends. He is up there in importance. He definitely has a fair argument to that claim. So we're losing a first baseman. That's the only player of any consequence that we're losing. And apparently we think that Monomakis can be a perfectly cromulent first baseman by himself, which it certainly seems like he can be. We can call up Bertay and make him an outfielder. That'll give us basically an opening day roster. I genuinely don't know what would even acquire in free agency. Like, I wonder if our best bet is to simply conserve our resources. I can at least look. Like, yes, there are players here that I could afford, but the fact is I don't have that much money. So I'm inclined to simply not sign anybody this time around. This may be another season where I just go right through. Oh, David Runas has to be activated. Fine. I did get a first round pick, and how much did Alvarez make? He got 7.2 million. He got paid quite handsomely. I'm wondering if our owner will eventually adjust our budget, because we had the lowest budget in the entire league. Like, compared to the London Fog, they have like 3 times, like, they have more than double our budget. Which does make it challenging, right, for us to compete. Now, this might change. It might just be the game needs to catch up. But for right now, at least, yeah. There are no Hall of Famers this year, I don't think. I don't think anybody's eligible. Yeah. Oh, did I set it so you can vote for people as soon as they retire? Wouldn't have to wait. Optiones. Waiting period is none, but I'll leave the rest of this here. That's fine. And to be clear, it's going to be a while before we have any Hall of Famers to actually bother ourselves with. I don't really want anybody. So, an important question is there anybody Rule 5 eligible that I don't want to lose? I don't want to give up Rodolfo Martinez for nothing. Especially when I got spots on the 40-man, so we will put him there. The rest of y'all can get fucked, though. Like, there's nobody else here that really intrigues me. Let's go to the Rule 5 draft. Oh, I get the first overall draft pick. That's pretty funny, actually, because I'm coming in as a new team. So that should be cool. And I lost 2 players. Oh, no. Anyway. Oh, we have international free agents. Oh, this is cool. So there's basically anywhere outside of Europe. STM, what the fuck? Oh, St. Martin. That's wild. That is some wild shit. Let's just start inviting people then. That's really cool. I like having the international flair. America. Americans can't play baseball. Everybody knows that. Alright, okay. Invite to training. And let's run the practice, please. And then run the practice again, please. And let's start signing some international free agents. We're trying to, anyway. So my pool is 475,000. That's all I can afford. Let's get this guy from Aruba. He might just tell me to go fuck myself. We'll see. And I'll take this American. Disgusting. Americans don't know baseball at all. Yep, nobody was eligible, so that doesn't happen. Go up to the preseason. Glasgow's offering you more money than I am. So if that's the case, I can maybe get in on some of these others. Like Cortez Bracero. Ooh, a rule change. Oh! Players can now hit free agency faster. I've increased my budget, that's cool. How bad is this gonna get now? Oh god, everybody's eligible for arbitration now. Yikes. Okay, we gotta start making some decisions, and we gotta make our decisions on who is the most important people on this team. And I think the first player we need to offer an extension to is Viora. He's an elite hitter who's also a damn good catcher. Oh, you're literally only going to... Okay. Well, I guess that's how that's going to work. This team is going to be staying together for very long, my friends. This could get kind of gross. Kind of real gross. Yeah, look, players are already starting to change around a bit in their overall talent level. Oh, this could get nasty. I have some money. So we're not completely boned, but for right now the team is fine. Based on our raw talent level, I have every expectation that we're going to be as good. Okay, maybe not as good. I think winning 120 plus games is a bit unrealistic. We've got a team full of megastars, and we have enough young players waiting that I think we can probably keep this going for at least a little bit longer. Probably. Oh, we can invite people to spring training, can't we? Yeah, let's get all the dudes. Clind, O'Farron, Boomgarner, Gorkic, and Vani. And then you can do you, and we'll just plow on through. Now, keep in mind, I have the first overall pick as the new addition. Even more player development, eh? Neat. Well, I just signed Bracero. He's already getting worse. Yikaru. Okay. I'm really quickly making sure that I don't go too fast. Oh, I guess you don't automatically pick first. Okay. So when the frick is my draft pick? Oh, I end up picking last. Okay, so we end up choosing last as the new team. Okay. But I do get this tasty, tasty second round pick, so additional first round pick, so there's still something to be pleased about there. Wolf Fisher got a little bit worse. Caballero got a little bit better. Okay. Alright. So, O'Farron, Boomgarner to the minors. Wait, did I really make... No, that can't be right. Yeah, it's 25-man rosters. I don't know why you thought it was 24 game. Don't be fucking weird. Goodbye, Gorkic. Okay, Vani to the minors. I have 14 pitchers. That seems excessive. I think we can get rid of 2 pitchers. Figlev and Chacon. There we go. Zarwigu. Okay. This lineup is frankly terrifying, and I love everything about it, except for your weird decision to play Faber in center. I'm not totally opposed to it, but I do think we're hurting ourselves slightly by batting him first. Then we don't really have a great center field backup, though, is the thing. That may be something to target as the season progresses. See if we can find ourselves a real good defensive center fielder. Perhaps. And away we go. We've lost Vilmar Klinger, which may be among the most German names in the history of Germany. We'll call him O'Farron. Can fill a role for a bit till he recovers. Gavin Miller is injured. That's not fantastic. I think now's the time we do a quick peek at the free agent market. Milan Bonovic, you're not fantastic, but you're decent. And most importantly, you can play the middle infield reasonably well. So I think we'll be happy to bring you aboard. Have you signed? I bet you have. Yes, no, yes, the parrot. Oh no, you haven't signed yet. Annoying. What the hell, bruh? Wait, is there a reason you're just not signing? Or what's the deal, yo? Absolutely not. I'm not giving you a guaranteed 1.2 million. That's a bit much. Okay, now let's get that dude that we just signed onto the Major League roster. Wait, what? Oh, I think we're competing with the EJBL. Interesting. I can get Klinger back. That's good. Oh, there's this guy. I don't know why he ended up in Rookie League and didn't get called up any farther than that, but yeah, I got all three of them. Look, we're gonna get Miller back a little bit anyway, but at least it's good to know that they're there. I just don't know why I didn't get a notification that they signed, though. I should always get a notification of a signing. Oh, do your thing. Guys. Oh, literally all promotions and demotions. Oh, no. Assistant GM, you're on it. Put people where they need to be put. Okay, we get Gavin Miller back, which means a goodbye to Eric O'Farron. I'd say you would be missed, but you really won't. Well, I thought things would be more challenging when we got up to the European Baseball League, and they certainly haven't been easy. But we're still winning a whole lot more than we're losing, which seems like the ideal thing to happen in baseball. Oh yeah, not a lot of people got shuffled around, as they should have been. I want another outfielder. Let's give Rodolphe Martinez a try. Rodolphe. We need a new center fielder. That may be something to pursue as time goes by. So what do we got on the block? We have Randy Feeney of Cardiff, who's a fantastic center fielder. You're literally exactly what I'm looking for, defensively. What are you going to cost me, though, I wonder? You can have Rob Perez as a treat. It just instantly makes us a better team. Right? Like, there's no downside to having Mr. Feeney on our club. This means I can send Martinez back to the minors. Now, Feeney might be a free agent. He is going to be a free agent. And I am not willing to pay him megastar money, so this might just be like a one-year thing. Which is fine. That's what it ends up being. That's what it ends up being. I don't really mind much. Alright. So if we look at overall talent levels, there are quite a few top-tier athletes, so we should be able to get at least two. Alright, let's start with Pero Fonzio. You're a really talented offensive player, but I can't help but notice that you can't actually play center field that well. That is a bit of a downer. Let's look at all players, please. Now, Jens Bennick, on the other hand, is a fairly good center fielder. Maybe not perfect, but he's pretty talented. I think he's a wonderful fit, and I think we're gonna game. Thank you. Get game. Thank you. Okay, so that's our first pick done, and now our second pick comes around. We always want young pitching if we can manage it, right? Like, that is the one weakness of this franchise, is that I don't have a ton of top-tier pitching talent. So if I had any serious injuries, we'd be in a lot of trouble. Maybe an excessive amount of trouble. So I think acquiring a premium pitching prospect is exactly the idea we're looking for. So you have Matthew Merlon, whose nickname is Scuttlebutt. I respect that. He's a dirty bourgeois. I'm joking. Fastball, sinker, changeup, stuff movement control. He looks really, really good, but he's dominated terrible competition. And most importantly, I can't help but notice he doesn't have a breaking ball. That is problematic. Calvin Perrin is his high school teammate, also kind of shit. Competition. And then we have Yalu Piekarski. Okay, I like him a lot. He doesn't throw quite as hard as the others, but he's quite tall, so he might throw harder. He's got a lovely mix of pitches, all of which could be plus or better, except for his knuckle curve. And he's already durable. I think he's the perfect secondary pick on this team. Done. Gabriel Aquaviva is a pretty good relief pitcher. I'm not going to lie. I think he is a worthy pick in a later round, though. I want to try to get some other offensive talents. What about Yuya Sasaki? You're not really a third baseman, is my only complaint, but you're basically a complete hitter. If you develop, obviously. And I think that's something I'm willing to give a risk to. So we're gonna give it the old Prague try. Antonio Cordova. Maybe. Our old friend Per Alfonso is still on the list. We could try good old Cal here, just because it's already the third round, so getting a decent pitcher is kind of nice. Okay, I don't know who you stabbed in the throat, Pero, but I think you're now worth taking, even if your destiny is as a corner outfielder. Eric Seneschal seems like a pretty good choice, too. He's also extremely cheap, which is lovely. And Jordan Williams is what the English would call a bit naff. He's not a very good defender at all. And I'm really concerned about his overall offensive skill set. I think he's not worth the risk. Blazej Olchak. Good speed, good contact, but that's his entire game. I think that's also a pass. Slavik Razvash from Ukraine is at least an elite hitter, right? Like, he's an elite top talent offensive performer. Even if his pitching is his fielding is mind-blowing, I still think he's a much better option than anyone else we can pick at this point. When you can get a guy named Obalak Savides, you kind of have to, right? Fastball, sinker, really good stuff, decent control. I'll buy that for a penny. And I think I've got what I want at this point. We can look at Telek Bukowski. Yeah, he's pretty solid. We can bring him along as a treat. But then I think we're going to end the draft. I think we've got what we wanted. We've got some nice young players who can hopefully be a quality addition to our club in the future. And we will look at how the major league team is doing. I haven't forgotten. It's just been a matter of we have a really fucking good team, and it kind of doesn't need to do anything with it. That will change, though. We cannot possibly keep this collection of talent together. We don't have the money. And so we're going to have to make some hard decisions in the very near future about who is truly worthy of being a Metropolitan LOL Prague Mets and who is not. Also, if there's a cooler name, like I thought I was going with the Prague Václavs because that's such a common name, but if there's a name you like better than Metropolitans, I'm here for it. The Prague Rock, name them after Rush, maybe. No, that was a bad pun even for me. I'm sorry. I am De Groot. What? Your nickname is clearly I am. Like, that's just science, guys. That's science. Alwyn, I am De Groot. I love it. Now, mate, we're playing really well. There isn't a hole in the lineup except maybe O'Reilly. And even that's kind of subjective, right? Like, he's certainly not hitting his very best. But what he's here to do is play shortstop very competently, and he is doing that much. He is, I guess, maybe not the most amazing hitter in the league, which is fair. He's a very average-dependent guy, and just, for whatever reason, the more difficult competition is really taking its toll on him. Gavin Miller has been injured, so I don't think it's really fair to evaluate him just yet. But the rest of the lineup, guys, we're first in nearly every important stat, defensively and offensively. I need to get Garrett Faber out of center field full-time. I don't know how we do that, though. Because the game seems obsessed with maximizing his value, which they believe is putting him in a corner outfield spot. I don't think that's actually accurate. But here we are. I thought it said Prague Wankers for a minute there. I was like, that's a bold move. Very bold. Where's Gagaliev? Or Galagayev? That's what he's hurt. He's injured. Okay, draft is done. Is there... I literally have no money now for extensions at all. That's cool. I don't want players staying. That's fine. Monomachus. Don't be that guy. Wow, Randy. What a frickin' jerkball. You are not merely a clown, you are the whole circus. Is what I'm saying to you. Okay, Gavin Miller is very quickly developing an annoying habit of being injured. I am not in favor of that. . I'm not in favor of that at all. You think I'm trying to alienate my fans? What the fuck are you talking about? My brother in Christ, we're winning 64 games out of 15 losses. I don't know what I can make the fans do to be happier. Okay, let's start thinking about coaching changes. Alright, Christopher Schmidt is awful. Witold Kozak is less awful. 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 Mediocre. Awful. Mediocre. Awful. Awful. I'm starting to notice a pattern here, guys. I'm starting to notice a bit of a pattern. Which is that all of my coaches are terrible and they should all be replaced. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a complete coaching overhaul in the offseason here. Top 100 prospects. None of them from Prague. I have the number one system. I have the number 10 prospect. For some reason, didn't show on the list. Oh, there he is. Derek Morgan. Who's already blown out his rotator cuff. What an absolute unit. A unit of suck. And yeah, players are starting to separate themselves in the not as good way from some of their pals. Some of their pally-wallies. Okay, we get my dude Grigori back. Now we will be truly unstoppable, instead of merely extremely unstoppable, which is what we are right now. Alright, how many players here are not from Prague? Let's see. Catcher, first base, second base, third base, shortstop, left field, center field, right field. Literally every offensive starter beside is one of my players. Including one of my former players, Juan Alvarez. And one of our pitchers is also starting the game. Par and Pra does get a little confusing. Gives me a bit of a headache. But it's okay. It's okay. Standings. So right now, the Locomotives and the Twins both look like they're going to be demoted to the European Junior Baseball League. Cool. Do we want to do the home run challenge maybe for fun? Let's do it. I literally have two players here. I'm gonna pick Cavallaro here. He's got more homers. Damn, son. Oops. Oh my, that one went pretty far. thus far. That one works. That one also works. Whee! I like how even when it sounds like it hit it off the end of the bat, it still goes out. I guess that's just how amazing he is. And, oh, womp womp. Wow, I cannot hit them all of a sudden. There it goes. That's right down the left field line. I kind of like to go to all fields when I can. That's why I'm trying to hit it to right. But I haven't been able to quite figure out the timing for that. I'm pretty sure Come2Us is the company that purchased Out of the Park Developments. They used to have this really great mobile game called Home Run Derby, and I would just play it for like hours back in the day. No, Home Run Challenge, that's what it was called. It wasn't called Home Run Derby, it was called Home Run Challenge. And it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. There we go. We're spraying it out a little bit more. We're getting her done. And drop. Womp womp. Wow, and all of a sudden I can't get a piece of it. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I'm feeling reasonably good about our chances to advance, guys. There we go. A nice right field shot. We can use all fields. Ooh, a screamer right down the right field line. You love to see it. We're past the 30 home run mark, guys. I doubt we're going to get to 40 in just this round, but it's still a pretty impressive performance by Mr. Cavallaro here. And send the fence home happy with one final bang. And we're going to sim him. Let's see if... Ooh, Turlo won that round. Okay. Can we win the whole thing? Is the question. Hannes Kiesel. And we're back. We're facing our opponent, our own teammate. I've apparently been so shocked by that. I missed entirely. Oh dear. I gotta get back into it, guys. There we are. You almost kind of want to, like, if you could control it, hit only line drives. Because those leave the park faster, which gives you more time to hit another home run. Like, it's not as though you get extra points if you hit it 500 feet as opposed to 100 feet. Well, okay, 100 feet isn't going to be a home run in any ballpark in the history of Major League Baseball, but still. That wouldn't even be a home run in most, like, high school baseball stadiums. That would be pretty wild. You hit the ball 100 feet. Like, even I can hit a baseball 100 feet, and I'm terrible. I'm a terrible athlete. I'm the worst. I'm not the worst. I'm sure there's somebody worse than me, but there's not very many. My friend and glorious teammate will have to have a Pilsner after this round because I don't think you're going to be advancing. I love how it sounds like he hit it off the handle and it still goes out. That's wild. That was terrible. That was not terrible. You know what stat I would love to see in OOTP that I don't think they have yet? I'd love to see barrel rate, and that would be pretty cool. Maybe it is in the game. I just haven't looked for it yet. But I think that's one of the most important things to understand about modern baseball. So barrel rate is what percentage of time... So you have to make contact first for it to count, obviously. But if you make contact, you hit it on the barrel of the bat. Because whether that's always going to produce the hardest hits and combined with exit velocity gives you a sense of, okay, if he's hitting this percentage of his hits on the barrel of the bat and they're going out at this velocity, is he just unlucky or is he actually playing poorly? And all of a sudden, all I'm doing is fighting off doubles. Which is great, but it's a home run challenge. This isn't a double challenge. It's not a bunting challenge. I'm pretty sure that last one went foul. And that's just... I keep getting distracted. I keep trying to look at the time, and the moment I do that, I take my eye off the ball. And then I can't hit it. There's a lesson in there. There is a lesson in there. Give it up for gasoline. I love how it just says gasoline. Who doesn't enjoy gasoline? Well, I guess if you have an electric car. You probably don't care as much about gasoline anymore. We ended up buying a new car not too long ago. I was gonna get an electric car and we just couldn't afford it. But maybe someday. I wanted to make sure we didn't have to pay any payments on the car. I wanted to make sure we could pay it off in one go. So, 31 homers. Can Turlo compete? He cannot. We are up against the hated Hannes Kiesel from the Varna Dolphins. Oh, it is fucking on. No, it's not. Now it's on. I do kind of wish OOTP also had the bonus draft picks in the Major League mode. Like, if you have young players that perform at a certain level or win awards, you get an extra draft pick for that. I don't know that that's in OOTP as it is right now. Maybe it is, though. Maybe it is. It's like, yeah, if you get, like, a Rookie of the Year or whatever, you get, like, a secondary draft pick. And there's bonus pool for young players. For if you reach certain milestones, you get yourself a pile of cash from a centrally provided fund, which makes sure that the younger players do get the money they deserve. Because that's kind of the big issue in Major League Baseball economics, right? It's that the very best players tend not to make the most money. Because of the way Major League Baseball system works, where they control your costs through either Major League minimum salaries or arbitration. And so even though players tend to peak around 26, 27, 28, they don't get to make the most money at that point because they're generally either in arbitration or there's fuckery happening where teams suppress their service clock. There's been a lot of ways offered around that problem, and maybe for us the fans, maybe it's not really a problem, right? We like to see our team hang on to our players, though. But that's not so much baseball economics as just billionaires being cheap as fuck. Um, like, there's no reason, and I really love this quote. I remember if it came directly from Frankie Lindor, if it came from his agent, who said, "The Guardians can't afford my client, they choose not to." And that's absolutely the case. Um, we definitely the owner of the Guardians could have afforded to keep him. He chose not to, and I think that's something you always have to keep in mind as a fan. Is that yes, these people don't have infinite resources, but they have as close to infinite resources as you or I will ever see. And let's not forget the fact that their team makes them money. Like the Guardians is one thing, but like teams like the fucking Pirates and the A's who like deliberately don't fund the team the way they should. Like they're making a deliberate choice. I mean, Oakland is the sixth biggest media market in the country. There is no fucking way in hell they can't have a payroll. Like, could they have the payroll, say, the Mets, the Dodgers, maybe? But it's a damn sight bigger market than San Diego, and yet they don't compete anywhere near with the Padres in payroll. And I think that's something they could theoretically do if they had the political will to do so. They just choose not to because he's a cheap fucker. And yes, from what I've heard, Oakland Stadium is kind of a garbage dump these days. As somebody who used to attend games in Municipal Stadium in Cleveland, I know what it's like to have a terrible stadium. It's not fun. Every time I used to go to a baseball game as a kid, I would be like, I don't really want to go. Because we're not going to be able to see anything. The sightlines are terrible. There was a pole for every fan. It was really bad. But then Jacobs Field opened. And for a long time, I was like, I hate baseball because I don't like Municipal Stadium. Then I went to the Jake, and it's like, oh, wow. This is awesome. And now I try to catch games wherever I can. Oh, yeah. Welcome. Good job, Nicodemo. Very consistent indeed. Yeah, I kind of try to make it a point wherever I can to go to a Major League Stadium. Oh, because Major League Stadiums are dope. It's just a good time. It's a good time. So this is an interesting dilemma, which is what do I do with Randy Feeney? I think I'm going to trade him. Because, like, I don't have a clear place for him right now. I'm not going to be able to bring him back anyway. So if I can get a decent return for him, I say we do it. We do it all night long. Belchior Quintea. First of all, love the name. I'll even go for a veteran because this is about getting the best player I can. I don't really care so much about how much it costs me in the short term. Maybe we do just go for like a Benoit Walter just to get the salary off. Although, and Kasich isn't terrible, and he's also quite young. Let's go for Joni Jarvi. I don't really feel like spending money on this, and yeah, that's fine. This is weird. I'm not getting any transaction. Oh, this is the issue. News from my team, please. There we go. God damn it, Miller. Okay. So let's have ourselves a chat. Is there anybody we'd want to trade? For or against, I guess. I don't really need another left fielder. Look, there's very few interesting players being offered, is the thing. Bektas Yalpat is an amazing second baseman with an even better name. But there's not a lot to like about his offensive game is the issue. Paul Vidiano. He is a reasonably good second baseman with a crappy arm. Oh wow, he instantly got worse when I actually had the head scout clicked on. It's only OSA that thinks he's amazing. Okay. I could try trading Galagayev. He's not as good because he got injured, but we can check, I guess, and see what's on offer if we do trade him. There's Jacob Jacobson. I don't want to spend a bunch of money, though, is the thing. Unless I'm getting a truly special talent. I could get Randy Feeney. That's funny. That's not an unreasonable amount of money for an elite center fielder. And he's well-rounded enough offensively that I think he can carry his glove. I think we're going to do it. I'm going to see if I can't get them to throw somebody else in too. But I think I'm kind of okay with, even if that's all I got. Oh, could I get you guys to eat, like, all or some of his salary? That'd be dope if you would. What if I ask you you to eat all of his salary? I have to give you Mulan. That's not going to happen here. Okay. I'm trying to get to a point where it makes sense to give up the players that we have. I don't want to give up Clint because they might end up... Oh, he's actually a terrible second baseman, isn't he? Yeah, sure. I'll give you Clint. I think this is a great deal. Yes. Okay, let me be clear. I know that Galagayev is a really great player, but I'm not going to be able to bring him back anyway. This basically makes one of my competitors pay for me to have an upgrade defensively and potentially offensively. If there's a downside to this, he's still only, like, medium. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to pull the trigger. Because I wasn't going to keep Galagaev. Like, that wasn't going to happen. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the inclination. It wasn't something I could have afforded. Does anybody offering a middle infielder of some repute? I mean, I could probably just keep Berenikov here and not worry about Gavin Miller. Is anybody offering an intriguing middle infield dude? That's not what I wanted to do, game. Gom. You can only play second, though, is my issue with you, Mr. Scott. I like a bit more flexibility in my bench players. There really just isn't a trade market. Like, teams just don't seem to be motivated to move on from people. Emmanuel Klopstock. No, thank you. I guess a guy like Belic could be alright as a second base, third base. I guess. What is that going to take me? Somebody I'm not prepared to give up. I'm not going to trade from my actual top tier talent for a backup infielder. I think I'll just promote like Bonovich here. He's not that bad. And then I think we just go ahead, we just end the trading deadline sim, because I just don't have any desire to care right now. Now, don't worry. Oh, this is interesting. You're offering me Julian Mora. Mora is a mediocre relief pitcher. I think this is a terrible deal. Literally nothing about that deal gets me even remotely interested. Like, that was genuinely the worst deal I've seen in some time. What if I gave you an awful relief pitcher and you gave me two of your better prospects? How does that sound? No, it sounds fucking terrible. What the fuck, man? Kos isn't a terrible pitcher. He's definitely flawed, but there's at least something there. Gentileschi is quite a nice reliever as well. We can chat this one out. I don't want to give up O'Farron and Jarvie. What if I dropped Jarvie? Can I not? I either have to take this deal or decline it, huh? I decline it then. I don't want anything to do with it. It's not a good enough return on my investment, so no thank you. Please, I beg you, anything to get Faber out of center fucking field. Just stop. Like, he is literally hurting the team every minute he is out in center field. His range is terrible. Look at his expanded batting, his expanding fielding stats. He's making routine plays, but the moment the plays get even slightly more challenging, he fucks them up. It's because his range isn't very good. So we're going to do what I call a pro gamer move. I'm going to force you to start Jacobson in center. And then let's see how you set the rest of the team up. You do what I expected. You pushed other people out to the corners. I don't know why you think Jacobson should be hitting last. He's not a bad hitter. Not at all. But that's where we are right now, I guess. And this is where we advance forwards. How is the team looking these days? Pretty good. I do think we will miss Galagayev. It's not a secret, but I still think we have a really, really competitive team. We're the first and most offensive categories. So, oh, Gavin Miller is fucking hurt again. Can you not? Can you just stop being fucking injured? I guess I'll use Patika because he's at least marginally better. Could one of you jerks start taking a step forward, please, instead of just looking like shit the whole time? Am I not paying much for development? I may be underpaying for development. I'll have to remember to check that out next episode. Make sure that I'm not, like, shortchanging myself. Okay, seriously, I fucking traded him to give you a bigger role, and then you go and get hurt. Like a doofus. Why would you choose to be injured like that? We have too many infielders. It is true. It is definitely an undisputable fact we have too many infielders. I'm going to get rid of Patika and call up Martinez. I just feel a little bit better with more people in the outfield. I think it gives us a little bit more flexibility. Let's go up to roster expansion. We've already clinched a division title. It's fucking August. That's hilarious. Okay. Malik Berthe has a 25 game hitting streak. Dope. I think Gavin Miller is going to be one of the first to go. If we can find a good deal for him, I think we have to make him leave. Because he just gets hurt too fucking often, right? Like, he's injured way too frequently. And that's not on. It is not on at all, my dudes. And dudettes. Is there anyone we definitely need to call up? Not really. Our pitching staff is fine, so I don't really feel... I mean, I guess there's value in calling up, like, Chacon and Figlev just to give them some reps, I suppose. By the way, I did not miss that Lancelot Heimer is hurt. I don't know how long he's hurt. Oh, he's gonna be fine just a few weeks. You know what we're gonna do? I don't want to take any chances. I'm going to go ahead and shut down Heimer for 14 days. I'm going to open his game strategy. Oh, I'd have to lock him to team to force you to bench him. Interesting. Interdasting. Yeah, I guess you just have to deal with it. I do want to be... No, I can just put him on the IL. You know what? We have to. We're not going to be successful in Plus if we don't have him. So I'd rather have him have a chance to recover and just... Like, we've already clinched a division. We have very little to play for at this point. So I think getting, say, a Topi Isakowski and just letting him do his thing for a little bit is probably fine. It's probably fine. We can have Gavin Miller back. I see no reason not to have him back for now. But I do think he is quickly becoming a luxury we can't afford. His frequent injuries make me sad. We have technically lost fewer games than we did last year. We are far less competent this year. in a lot of ways. Losing Creed and O'Reilly actually hurts a lot. Not just because his finger got broken. Oh, that's certainly not a good thing. But because he is an elite defender at shortstop, and I don't really have a ready replacement for that. I'm put him in a 10-day IL. I don't think it's really gonna matter. Like, it's not like I expect him to come back at all. But it would be nice if we at least had the option. But that is kind of a bummer here, as the season winds to a close. How many games did we win last season? Let's go to team history. We won 124. So as long as we win today, we will have an exactly the same number of victories we did last year. And we do. We got a batting title and the home run champion on the same team. That's wild. That's wild. Hostika would like to come back. I quite frankly don't want you back, though, is the thing. It's the thing. Alright, friends, let's take a look at our playoff. Oh, we're actually technically not on the playoff begins. No, it is today. And where the fuck's my playoff? Oh, that's right, there is no playoff roster. That's right. So let's find all the schmucks and send them to the minors. No, I do need one of those. I need one of those schmucks up in the majors. I can't have no shortstop. I don't even know who that guy is that managed to make his way onto the roster, but I'm not for it. Oh, right, I don't need this many pitchers, do I? Figlev, go to the minors. This gives me 13 pitchers. Since I'm not even going to be running 5 starters, I'd rather have one fewer reliever and carry on, like, Hostika to have a pretty decent defender if we need one. Okay. So now we must defeat the Dublin Morrigans if we are to advance deeper into the playoffs. Let's get it. A glorious opening round victory thanks to Moulin Rouge. Jody, as he likes to be called, I suppose. I respect that. I'll call him whatever he wants to be called. Ooh. Heimer got lit up. That's kind of lame. That's even lamer. What the fuck, guys? How do we let these fucking turds kick us out of the playoffs like that? Oh my god. I'm quickly figuring out a theme here, which is, as we've seen so many times in the past, our players vanish in the playoffs. We only won 1 game, and should I technically have maybe managed to game 4? Possibly. But there's still a lot of work to do, and yet I don't know what that work is. I don't know what we can do if the problem is just, it's the playoffs, Lamau, we're not going to hit anymore. I mean, 2 games in a row you scored 1 run. You won 124 games, my dudes. Scored more than 1,100 runs. This should not have been a playoff series victory. This should have been a fucking sweep. And yet, Helmer was terrible when we needed him the most. And then it just got to the point where we just couldn't score runs. Like, it was not a possibility. That's very disturbing and a little bit sad. I don't love it. I don't love it. Fucking Morgans. I tell you what. I tell you what. I am quite annoyed by you at this moment. Go Kiev. That's my response to that. Let's get some people invited. Oh god, my scout is terrible. And we're rapidly getting pools that aren't nearly as impressive. I guess I should have been paying attention to coaching. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I just need better coaches. That certainly wouldn't be bad. Let's go to the end of the playoffs. The people of Ukraine, enjoy your glorious World Series victory. Highly deserved, highly deserved. I am an OOTP god, except when it comes to the fucking postseason. Anyway. So, how did the season actually go? How did this season actually go? Well, for one thing, let's not ignore the fact that Malik Berthe won a batting title and could very well be in the running for MVP this year and had another 2020 season. This is scary. I'm going to tell you why this is scary. Gavin Miller was worth 7 wins and didn't even play half the season. So there's a lot to like about him. But he is getting to the point where we're going to have some very hard choices to make, and he might be on the short list of players to find a new team. Garrick Farber had a great season. Mono Mock was sensational. Most of our starting players had good to great seasons. I know Jacob Jacobson wasn't top form, but look, he should be better than this. So I'm willing to figure out how he can grow from here. The pitching was amazing once again. Neil Dahan goes from closer to ace in one season, which is pretty cool. It wasn't our pitching staff's fault. The pitching staff is as close to flawless as any pitching staff can be. The problem is, and maybe it is coaching. Maybe we need to start firing some coaches. I don't know. But thanks to arbitration, our payroll is going to go through the roof, which is not very awesome. So, that's it for this episode. A disappointing ending once again, but we need to start making better choices during the off seasons, and we need to start deciding who's going to be staying around with the Metropolitans for years to come and who might need to find a new job. I'm talking about you. Maybe I'm talking about him. I haven't decided yet. But that'll be for next episode. Friends, I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, please remember to like the video, subscribe. If you haven't already, click the little bell so you can see all the amazing new content I create each and every week. And until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.